That would be me.
Look who we're hanging with.
Jason David Frank.
Boom shakalaka.
Please do not change channel.
Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin With Web Show. If you haven't done it yet, go down and hit subscribe. Bang on a little bell. Just smash it really good. You can come back over and over again. We've got authors, artists, filmmakers, musicians, Christian. We got creative minds of all kinds on the Hangin With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter.
And I have a big asterisk by my name now. I'm Christian Basel.
That's right. And we are here at Tampa Bay Comic-Con in Tampa Bay, Florida, right by the bay. A lot of bay in this opening so far. And we're here with the Bay. We're here with Amanda Byrd, the author of the Dr. Van Wolf Saga. Amanda, thanks for hanging with us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's about time, I have to say.
I'm telling you.
We've been chatting for how long now?
Wow, yeah.
Months.
Yeah, months and months. We've been, you know.
But aren't you guys like on the other side of the state?
We are all the way over on the other coast.
And that's why I didn't get to meet you back in December.
That's right.
Because I had a migraine from Melbourne for the thing at the mall.
Yep.
The thing is that periodically Facebook will come up and say, you've been friends for 3 years, you've been friends for 5 years, and one day it's going to come up and go, you've been friends for 5 years, why the hell haven't you gotten together yet?
I think Facebook, I think they should change their algorithm so it doesn't say you've been friends for 5 years. It should say you've been to 26 cons together.
Yeah, there you go.
That's great.
That's right.
You've had 19 conversations and probably never met in person
That's
once.
exactly right. Amanda, let's talk about your work, man.
So this is the first in a trilogy saga. This is Trapped from the Dr. Van Wolf Saga.
Okay.
Think of her as Dexter, but literally a monster. She is part human and part werepire, which is part werewolf and part vampire. So she's 3 parts that make a whole, but she's not really fully human.
It's not complicated.
Not at all. Not at all.
Under species, it says it's complicated on
Yes.
Facebook, on our Facebook page. You know, we make the joke all the time. People ask us, people ask you about your heritage, things like that. I always tell people, my family just did it all over Europe.
That works.
Your heroine, she does it not just all over Europe, like all over interspecies. You got vampire, werewolf.
So she was kind of.
Collect the whole set.
I can't give away too much because it's in the prologue how she became
spoilers.
what she is. I will say part of her was born, part of her was created.
Okay.
And we'll leave it at that.
All right. You got to read the book if you want to know more about that.
She's a Firestone
Now this is the Dr. Van Wolf Saga.
Yes.
So
first of 3, and then I'm working on. There's a 4th I'm working on that will be entirely horror. This is dark urban fantasy.
Okay.
It's urban because it's set in Tampa. I've taken great liberties with Tampa. There's no land in Tampa. It's basically all water left. That's all we have. So there's a whole lot of land that I have created.
Convention's over now. We're good.
She built the land.
I mean,
I created it.
The writers are creators. She created the
snapped my
land
fingers
from the
and
water.
There it was.
Thanks, Thanos.
Like page 3, she separates the land from the water, and that's where she gets her were-vampire wolf thing girl.
Werepire.
Doctor, werepire.
And yes,
Did you make that word up?
Yes.
It's a wonderful thing about being a writer, isn't it? If you don't have a word, make one.
Yep.
That's right. How long have you been writing?
3 years.
3 years.
And it took me almost all of 3 years to switch over to fantasy and horror and darkness.
And you're good at it.
Thank
You dream dark.
I love it.
Loving it, man. That is fantastic. Now, I know you're here under the Bard's Tower.
I am. I am a guest of Bard's Tower this weekend.
How's it going over there?
It's going very, very well.
Yeah?
Last year I volunteered with them. I've known them a couple of years. And this year he brought me on because he thinks my book is awesome. Mr.
He's
Lexi
right.
Vandenberg.
You want to find out, you got to go down to the below and click in the comments, click in the links. Because we're going to put links over there so you can find these books.
Perfect.
That's that,
You're also in prime real estate because you've got the food court and the bathrooms right there.
And where you buy the celebrity photo ops are also right
exactly.
there. So that's our real estate. I think every year that's what our real estate was last year.
Well, you know what's great is it's a convention. And everyone knows when you come to a Comic-Con event, you stand in line.
Yes.
So if you're going in line to get a
fast
celebrity photo op, you need something to read. So you stop, you see Amanda, you get started on the Dr. Van Wolf saga.
Yep.
While you're waiting for your photo op.
Well, it's not only that, but she's right next to the food court. So while you're eating food, digesting food,
Get something to drink.
Something
That's
to read.
right. It's the perfect place. Now, authors gathered around the tower. You got like 6 authors down there.
We do.
6 creative minds under the
Yes.
same banner.
Yes.
That's a recipe for fun.
So something's had to happen.
What's the best moment so far under the
There
tower?
have been quite a few things. I'm sure my face is matching my lipstick right now. There was something at a bookstore that I was making a joke of. It turns out everybody knew I was making a joke, but they're like, you can't say that. And I'm like, I know I can't, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like that it's a joke, and they're like, but don't ever say it again. Okay,
there are
fine.
a lot of those
So,
conversations when you put
there's
enough
a lot of
creative
those
minds.
moments, particularly with me. They're like, shh. I'm not foul in front of children. I will say my books are rated R, so if you're not cool with the violence aspect, don't let your kids anywhere near it.
Now, and we talked about that when we met up yesterday a little bit.
Yes.
You don't pull punches.
No.
If it's going to get dark, it's going to get dark in a hurry.
Yes.
But you actually had a reader come up and say, more.
Yes. I've had a couple beta readers ask me for it to get darker as well.
Wow.
So book 2 is, I'm just going to call book 2 a demolition derby right now because she's always got this one big bad that she fights. She's got one in this book. The one in book 2 you would think is like the ultimate kind of big bad that no one would ever want to fight, no one would ever win against, let alone be like, I'm gonna kick your butt. Miranda's going for him.
Nice.
Miranda's going for him. She's
Nice.
gonna take him out.
You know, now, writers we're peculiar in that we sit down behind the keyboard and look, I know a writer who sits down and does a paragraph of literally just letters, banging out the key before they start writing. So we've all got our quirks and our rituals. What is the most peculiar quirk or ritual you have in your writing process?
I stare at my computer screen.
Just stare.
Yes.
Like a window,
I
open window.
I will stare at it and be like, here.
Just delete.
Push the letter, delete. And then I will literally just stare at it and be like, nothing is coming out. And a lot of times, like my big thing anymore is I will get cracked out on Monster and I will pound down like 3 or 4 of these and bust out 6,000-7,000 words and then shut my computer off and go take a nap. It's the weirdest thing. I don't understand it. It just kind of is.
Writers are weird, man.
Sometimes I'll have inspiration, other times I won't. Like the other day I was all excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm writing. 31 words.
31 words.
It was better than none. I haven't written any since.
That's valid.
That's
valid.
How am I supposed to put this out by the end of the year if I'm not writing any?
I'll tell you know what it is. It's I think people creating art is a very focused action.
Yes.
And although our minds are all over the place, we have to have that moment of focus, right? You have to have that when you're behind, and 15,000 words, they fall out of your fingertips. But you can go for 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, I can go for 3 or 4 months, and then I'm like, all right, sit down, deadline, and I will force myself to write. It's the weirdest thing.
What's your favorite part of that creative process for you? What is there a moment when you're reading or rewriting, or what's your favorite part?
Honestly, I'm kind of a control freak, but the fact that I get to kind of make up whatever I want and make it what I want it to be, I think that
gives you that release.
It's almost like a power trip, but not really, because it's just like, oh, I created this, cool, and then
Well, for
I'm not
80,000
God.
words, 80,000 words, you're God. What you say goes.
Yeah,
They don't always.
I
I
mean,
know,
you
you
could look at
know,
it that way.
characters.
wanna-
They don't always listen.
And there's people
But
who
we
want to
do
dog
try.
God
She
right
actually
now.
does.
She does listen
Sometimes.
when she feels like it. Yeah.
Rarely she listens. She writes herself.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna.
We send them out to the internet when
Okay.
Kristen and I don't know what to say. We send them out to the internet sometimes, and we say, find us things that are questions, weird things people are asking, what they're talking about, what they're making memes about, right?
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Can I volley this one?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. So what do you do with a rhinoceros?
That's a great question for a writer, by the way. What do somebody's gonna come up and give you a rhinoceros? What do you do with it?
I would ask first, where's the damn saddle? Because I would want to
want a
go for a
ride.
ride on the rhinoceros.
A rhino ride.
Rhinoceros is like 900 pounds. Yeah, I want a
push
saddle. I
garbage
want
attraction.
to ride it.
Go,
Like, I
baby.
think that'd be super
That's
cool.
it. What are you gonna
But
do?
also, they're so sweet. I would want to feed them.
You have to feed them.
And
Well,
maybe,
you know, because
I
they'd be
would
tired
say
after
keep
the
them in my
ride.
backyard, but I don't really have a yard. I live in a townhouse, and my HOA would be like, "Get out right now! Just get out."
I did read that many homeowners associations in Florida have rules about rhinoceroses in the zone.
Yes, we are.
It's a zoning
it's
issue,
a non-rhino
generally.
They
thing.
really have a specification for a particular animal.
You'd be surprised.
Oh,
These
good.
things, I don't know.
HOAs are picky.
So where are you gonna be next? What's coming out? What's coming up? Yeah.
So obviously, book 2 I'm working on. I can't decide if I want to release my pure horror novel, which this one is going to be really fun. I'm
Pure
kind of,
horror. Define. What's going on in that head of yours?
The working title is 13 Reasons Why, or 13 Reasons for Murder, and each chapter is a different reason to murder someone with a different gory death. A different murder,
Some
a
people
different
have more
reason.
than 3.
13.
Or
13.
13.
I think I'm up to 19.
13 reasons
So there might be
for
like
murder.
bonus chapters or deleted chapters or something like that. I might give that out to my
Wow.
my patrons on Patreon. Who knows? I haven't gotten that far yet. But so there's that in the works. I'm really looking forward to
Now,
writing
do you
that
have
one.
all 13 in your head?
No, I've got a few, just not all
Yeah?
13. It actually to force all
Just in
13.
case you want to act
out.
upon those 13, I'll be right over here.
Yeah.
I'll be on this side.
All
if
right.
you need me.
I'm not that bad. All right.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I,
keep it in the book.
I am a Death Eater, but I'm really not that bad. Promise.
We're loving that, by the way.
She says
That's
that's all
Thank
the
you.
guy.
Thank you
That
so
is
much. I had to
fantastic.
have it. I was like complaining for 5 years now. I'm like, I need this tattoo. I need this tattoo. So I went and got it about 2 months ago.
Awesome. We have to wrap it up. That's about all the time we've got. So when we do that, we want to say thank you to our friends. Say thank you to those people.
I will.
Christian.
All right, folks. Well, it is time to wrap it up. And some of the folks that we want to give a shout out to are some of you. I can never get it
You
right.
never get
I
that
never
one.
get it right, and I'm so
Those
sorry.
are our
but
great friends
Something
over at
Unique
Something Unique Magazine.
Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies, Yvonne Mason with Off the Chain, Pound, and our new guys, Pound the Grape.
Pound the Grape in
and
Melbourne.
Embellish FX in Orlando. Pound the Grape is in Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
In
Yep.
Melbourne.
Great
so we
little
want to
wine bar.
welcome them to
Great
the.
place to sit down and write and have a drink of wine. Got to come by.
So we want to welcome them to
Sounds
the
like a
Hanging
trip
With
to
Web
me.
team. and
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Remember, everybody, subscribe right now.
the
Click on
bell,
there.
the bell, and the subscribe button.
That's right. Log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.
That was so much fun.